Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video I'm going to elaborate on the right foundation for manifesting, on the foundation that I suggest that you implement in your life if you want to manifest anything sustainably and in a healthy way. And before I jump into today's topic, my name is Julia. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. On here I'm talking about all things inner healing, self-love, manifestation, and consciousness. Okay, I'm out of practice with my intro. But anyway, if you're looking for one-on-one support, then definitely make sure to check out the links in the description box below. I offer DM coaching and I offer video or phone coaching. I also have meditations in the description box below, so make sure to check them out as well. And I'm not gonna elaborate more on the other things that you're gonna find on this YouTube channel because you can check them out for yourself. But I do want to say that there are 8-hour affirmation recordings available, so you can just find them in my playlists. And last but not least, I have a sale going on until tomorrow. You can get 10% off of my services if you are buying one meditation and one coaching service together. If you buy them together, you get 10% off with the code MECBUNDLE10. I'm gonna put it in the description box below so you can benefit from it if you want to. That being said, let's jump into today's topic. And I got my drink here again. Today it's non-alcoholic shandy. I think that's how you say it in English. In German it's Radler, but in Spanish it's Clara. So that's not important, but hey, I just wanted to share it. So I'm gonna open my drink. I'm very proud of myself that I got some new drink, because last time I drank one beer over like 2 days or 3, which was not tasty. All right, so cheers. Nice and cool. If you want to manifest anything into your reality, you want to make sure that you are feeling whole and complete within yourself. And now these may sound like these are just words, because they are just words. So let me elaborate a little bit more on what I mean and why I'm making this video, because it is really important. What happens to all of us, I would say all of us, is that we start manifesting. For some of us, maybe because we are feeling that we are in lack and we want to manifest abundance in whichever specific way. It could be in a relationship, could be with a specific person, could be in your career or for your money mindset. But we try to manifest abundance in some way, shape, or form. For others, it's possible that maybe we are already experiencing the benefits of manifesting, the benefits of like gratitude and feeling abundant, and we want to create more of that in our reality. No matter how you came into this topic of manifesting, you might have noticed that at some point you got attached to your results, you got attached to the outcome, you got attached to the 3D, and being attached to the 3D, you experienced some lack because suddenly you were not manifesting from the inside anymore, but you were trying to manipulate the 3D. I would say it happens to all of us. It doesn't feel good, because what happens when we try to get something out of the reflection, out of the 3D, is we are feeling incomplete. That's the reason why we're trying to get something out of the 3D. It's because on some level we're experiencing maybe a wound, maybe a limiting belief, but on some level we're feeling incomplete. And that means that we are not in alignment with our true self, with our true identity, which is God, or to say it in a less radical way, God consciousness, love, abundance, happiness, joy, simply consciousness, simply presence, being, satisfaction in the moment. Yeah, so all of these qualities are qualities of our being, of your being, and natural, normal, I shouldn't say normal, but natural manifesting, healthy manifesting happens on the foundation of feeling whole, feeling complete, feeling loved, feeling complete as you are right now. You don't need to change anything in your life to feel satisfied. You, at some level, can access your wholeness. And just a little side note, I know that if you're watching this and you might be in a very bad conditions in your life, like maybe in abusive conditions, then I just want to mention that it is possible for you to manifest, because even in bad conditions you have access to your inner wholeness. That doesn't mean that you need to stay in those conditions. I definitely want to say that these conditions are not ideal, necessarily ideal for manifesting. Doesn't mean that you can't do it. It just means that if you can get out of them, then do so. If you can put yourself in a more safe space, like be that emotionally or physically or however, you know, these conditions are playing out in your life, then do that. If you cannot, for some reason, change those conditions right now, I don't know, I'm just, you know, this is just a disclaimer, you can still manifest. But I'd say try and change them if you can, try and like be safe, all right? So, but that's not what this video is specifically about. This video is about it's focused on those of us who are in normal, safe conditions, and we're still projecting lack into our reality. We're still trying to get something from our reality, from our 3D reality, because we don't feel whole and complete. This is not the right foundation for manifesting. It's not the right foundation not because you can't manifest from it, because you are manifesting from it. You are manifesting all the time. But what you're manifesting from not feeling whole is more incompletion, more feeling not good enough, more feelings of it's not enough yet, I need more, I want more, I'm not enough, I'm incomplete, I am in lack, I want more love, like more of the same energy that feels so bad. Actually, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. It feels anxious, it feels rushed, it feels in a hurry, it feels just incomplete, just unsatisfied. And if you want to change that in the long run, from my perspective, you gotta make the decision to reconnect to your wholeness, to your unconditional being, which is present in every moment. We are just so conditioned to try and get stimulated by our 3D, which then helps us overlay our dissatisfaction, but that's not a sustainable solution. The sustainable solution to feeling whole and manifesting in a healthy way, again, is not overlaying your limiting beliefs and wounds with positive affirmations and experiences and manifestations. Like, for example, you feel like you're doubting yourself, and then you go on Tinder and you meet someone and you have 2 nice dates, and then you feel better about yourself, but then the person ghosts you, and then you feel shitty about yourself again, for example. Or another similar example, you don't feel good, you're in self-doubt, you go on Tinder, you go have sex with someone, and then for a day or 2 you feel better. Like, this is not the way to go about it. And maybe it's a bit radical example, I don't know, but it seems timely because I'm hearing those things from so many people. And this is obviously not gonna help you long term. Now, there are ways, more subtle ways that we're doing this, like, I don't know, socializing every day and trying to overlay our insecurities with socializing a lot, or and this is tricky because it's not unhealthy to socialize, right? It's not obviously uncool or wrong or unhealthy to socialize. But if you're doing it to, like, if you are manifesting friends or relationships to overlay your experience of incompletion or incompleteness, not feeling good enough, then at some point those limiting beliefs are going to come back and bite you in the ass, right? So what you want to do in order to build the best one, and honestly, I'm not saying that because I think that I'm better than anyone, obviously. I'm not saying that from a place of, oh, I've never done that, or oh, it never happens to me. I'm saying this from experience because it happened to me over and over again. And if I'm not mindful, like, I gotta be mindful so I don't create situations that are then coming back to bite me in the ass and make me conscious of the things that I didn't want to become conscious about or that I was avoiding. So it happens to everyone. It happens to manifestation coaches or teachers. So I know what I'm talking about, and I'm talking about it for a reason, because usually when you create the same limiting belief in your reality over and over again, at some point it gets pretty annoying and quite frustrating. So if you can, sometimes it takes a few rotations through the same pattern to become really aware of how you're creating it. Sometimes it's not enough to feel abandoned once. You gotta create that experience over and over again until you realize how to give yourself your own self-worth, like, really sustainably. And I don't know, maybe I sound like a bit ironic here, but I personally, if I look at my own patterns that I'm creating in my life, that I've been creating from inner wounding, of course, on the one hand, it was sometimes very, very sad and difficult. But on the other side, at some point, it also made me, in an almost funny way, aware of the patterns that I was holding. And at some point, for example, fear of abandonment started losing its grip on me because I had experienced it enough to stop taking it completely seriously. Doesn't mean that it's not painful when this pattern comes up, but at some point, if you keep repeating your pattern, it can also help you to stop taking it seriously, to disidentify from it, to simply because maybe at some point you're going to see, wait a second, this is a pattern in me now. Like, I can't pretend that the external reality is doing this to me. But still, I want to invite you to enter into your wholeness now. You don't need to make rotations forever and recreate same old patterns forever. You can do the shortcut and try and come into your wholeness daily, frequently, hourly, often, until it becomes the new normal. And from my experience, actually what happens when you do that is the patterns are going to become more apparent to you more quickly. And that's what this video is about, like how to embody your wholeness and how that feels like. I want to quickly check because I received a comment from someone. Hey, so glad to see you live. So I have been super busy lately and have not had time to actively affirm for my specific person. He wants to meet up with me and I feel like maybe I should wait until I have affirmed. I do not feel connected to him when I stop affirming, but my life is good, although I would like to have him. But I do not feel a need, and that is also why I have not affirmed him much. It's an amazing comment, because not feeling the need of anyone specific in your life is a sign of feeling whole and complete, especially like your specific person, specific people, like a specific person often triggers our feelings of not being good enough or feeling incomplete. So I'm so happy that you don't feel the need for him. I would say, do what you feel like doing. If you want to meet up, meet up. If you don't want to meet up yet, or if you feel like you're not ready yet, then don't meet up. Give yourself the time that you need. Remember that you are the priority. You are the priority in your life, and you don't have to jump on the first opportunity with your specific person. So I think it's perfect that you don't need him. Don't force yourself to affirm, but if you feel like there's something that you want and that you are not yet embodying, then go ahead and affirm and practice for it, because you don't want to wait forever to make your dreams happen. Like, allow yourself to embody what you want in a way that you're not pushing yourself too much, but also don't procrastinate it. Like, what are we here for really? You have the energy to embody what you want today, all right? And now let's continue talking about wholeness. So I want to contemplate and elaborate a little bit on what wholeness really means and what it feels like. And what comes to my mind when I'm thinking about wholeness and manifesting from wholeness is having an experience and like of awe for life, like being connected to how miraculous and how magical our life really is. Like, where does this all come from? Why are we here? And I don't mean it in a philosophical way, but just like being connected to the miracle of life, to the paradox of life, and understanding that everything is consciousness, understanding or being in touch with that miracle. I think that is very, very helpful to enter into your wholeness, or to stay connected to your wholeness, because when you are in awe for life, you're in awe for yourself. Everything is miraculous, including yourself, including your own body, including everything about yourself. So that is one facet of being whole from my perspective. Wholeness also includes self-love. Self-love means that you are full of love, that you are feeling complete as you are right now. Doesn't mean that you stop working on your self-concept and improving yourself, or how I like to say it, evolving. You're still evolving, you're still changing, but not because you want to. It's not this comparison way of being better, but it's more like a natural evolution, self-expression. Yeah, evolution, I think it's a great word. But when you're whole, you're feeling really loved within yourself, you're feeling complete within yourself. You are enough. You're not only enough, you're more than enough, and you're very, very lovable the way you are. And that experience is also very important when you want to manifest in a healthy way. Because what are you creating when you're feeling whole and in awe and loved? You're creating more miracles, you're creating more wholeness, you're creating more love. Yeah, I think it's very, very clear and very, very easy actually, but at times it might feel difficult to get there. And a tip that I can give you if you feel like you don't feel complete or you don't feel whole is that not feeling like being whole means also loving the parts of you that feel incomplete, that feel not good enough, that feel that don't feel whole. This is my ventilator, who's like sometimes making weird noises. So the parts of yourself that don't feel whole, the parts of yourself that are not that pretty. And I don't say that you should like them in a way that you never change, but you accept them, you love yourself as you are right now. You're embracing yourself as you are right now. you don't expect from yourself to be any different now. Doesn't mean that you're not gonna change. For example, let's say, okay, I'm gonna give you a very personal example. I struggled a lot with depression, and at some point I told myself, I don't even know how I had the idea or why I did that, but I think I was just claiming self-love. And I said to myself, even if you're never gonna heal, like even if you would never heal your depression, even if those intrusive thoughts would never go away, never ever, I would still love you. I would still love myself. And that's what I said to myself. And I think that this was very important for me in actually healing and actually having so much motivation to evolve and to change things in my life and to work on patterns that were destructive and unhealthy. And it also helped me to feel relaxed in the process, because I wasn't trying to get away from my depression. I was just expanding myself and working on self-love. And I do still have like patterns of depression within me. Like normally they don't just go away from one day to the other, but this is not a problem for me, because instead of trying to get rid of something, in my case depression, I worked on expanding my love. And whereas depression seemed like this big before, now it's like a little part inside of me that is like very well protected among all the love that is within me. So wholeness doesn't necessarily mean that you're feeling great 100% of the time. It means that you love yourself as you are right now, and you are happy and mindful and present with yourself as you are right now. Of course, allowing yourself to heal, allowing yourself to change, while being connected to the wholeness within. And as you hear me talk about this, I hope and I intend that you can already start in training into that energy, because it's the energy of source. It's the energy of unconditional love. It's the energy of simply being present. It's the energy of consciousness. And as consciousness, we don't necessarily want to manifest a specific person, or manifest money, or manifest this or manifest that. Consciousness in and of itself, like your true identity, is not attached to that. Usually our ego minds get attached to what we want to manifest, but your consciousness is like a mirror. Like it mirrors the reality, or consciousness mirrors the content of consciousness. Like everything is like a hologram, or like a holograph, I don't know how you say that, but anyway, it's a mirror. And consciousness itself doesn't have any like preference, so to speak. We have the preference. We as human beings have the preference, and that's okay. It's okay to have desires, because it's fun to have desires. But when you align back to wholeness and to that space where you're already satisfied unconditionally, then it's gonna be easier for you to release attachment to whatever you were attached to, and then to bring your desires into consciousness without attachment. I think that was pretty accurate, like very accurate. I see a comment. Thank you, great advice. You are so helpful. Thank you so much. Are there any questions? Because I feel like I could talk more, but also like I feel like I've said enough. So are there any questions that you'd like to have answered? I'm gonna wait a little bit, and then I'll see if there are more questions. Or is there anything else that I was wanting to share? Yeah, when you're feeling whole, It's like the need for your desire. There is no real need for your desire. You don't need it to happen. It's more like, for example, when you're painting a picture and you're starting on an empty canvas, then you don't need to paint that picture. It's not like this urge to make it happen, you know, to make it happen, make the picture happen. You're expressing yourself and you're creating something beautiful. And similarly, when you are whole, then you are not having the urge to manifest. It's more like something that you enjoy doing. When you have, I see a question about how do you deal with unwanted 3D. That's something that I just wanted to address anyway, so question comes right at the perfect time. When you have unwanted 3D circumstances that are tripping you up, that's like you don't have an empty canvas, but you have like a canvas with an ugly picture and you hate the picture. It's like when you're trying to manifest and you're focused on unwanted 3D circumstances, it's really like instead of having an empty canvas, it's like a canvas with a horrible picture that triggers you. And instead of just, yeah, that's the comparison. I will stop here because otherwise it gets too complicated. But how do you deal with unwanted 3D circumstances? So if there are two ways to deal with them. One, if they trigger you, then I would look into what are they triggering within you, like what are they showing you? Because when the 3D is triggering you, it's reflecting back to you the unwanted inner beliefs or the unfavorable inner beliefs that you are still holding and creating from, that you are still pushing out, so to speak, unwillingly pushing out. So when it triggers you, I would start and examine what are the beliefs that are creating this. And then I would start to work on those inner beliefs. Put your focus inwardly. Understand why it triggers you, and then focus on healing and changing that within yourself and reprogramming your subconscious mind. Focus on that until the 3D changes and persist even afterwards, until it's fully reprogrammed and until you fully know yourself as a new version of yourself. When the 3D doesn't trigger you and there are unwanted circumstances, then persist in your new desired reality. And that in the case that it's not triggering you, it shows you that you're already on the right track. Yeah, it's old news. If it's not triggering, then you probably have already replaced the belief. You just gotta persist in the new belief, and then the new belief is going to get pushed out. I hope that makes sense and is helpful. Is it normal to have weird dreams when you're working on self-concept? Yep. While listening to the affirmations at night. Yeah, that's quite normal and natural to happen. I guess it happens because your subconscious mind is like working on your belief system, and like it's work in progress, and it's maybe purging stuff. With the dreams, I mean, if they are representing your unwanted circumstances, I would say that it's best to see them as a purge. Maybe if it's triggering you, look into the beliefs, like similarly like with the unwanted 3D that I just explained. And if it's not triggering you, just see it as a purge and keep persisting in what you're creating. I hope that this helps and is a response that you can work with. Do dreams have to be a sign? I had a dream about specific people, or specific MISP and a third party, but I have never had a concern of him being with a third party. I felt like it was a sign of me feeling that I have feelings for him. Well, honestly, if you interpret the dream that way, then it's a very good sign that it is that way. Yeah. Again, a third party in a dream is just a problem if you make it a problem. If your mind is naturally interpreting it this way, which sounds a very positive way, then this sounds like a good sign, or at least not like a bad sign, right? So I wouldn't create a problem. If you do not feel like it is a problem, it's no problem. And yes, dreams can be signs, but I made a video about that I think it was in February, but you can Google like you can look into my manifestation and Loa playlist. I have the video in there, but also you can just Google, not Google, put in a YouTube search, Manifest with Julia, Dreams, Manifestation, and then you'll probably find it. I might be putting it into the description box or link it up here if I don't forget, because I sometimes forget. Because I'm making so much content, so I don't usually have so much time to like link everything. Yeah, but in that video I explain exactly how I think, oh god, this ventilator is crazy. Thanks. I explain exactly how to interpret dreams. I won't go into more depth here because I've explained it perfectly in the video. Thank you, so helpful. I'm happy that this is helpful. How do you meditate, manifest daily? What I do almost every single day is affirmations. And the way that you want to, like, I have phases, like sometimes I manifest more with meditations, but recently I do it more with affirmations. And what I also like doing is like I like purchasing manifestation courses myself, like from other teachers and coaches every once in a while, and I like working through them. So I feel courses are very, very helpful. I also like meditations, like longer meditations, and I like to say affirmations. So what I would do is like at least once a day, but if I'm really serious about manifesting something, then 2 or 3 times a day, I sit myself down and I affirm for that specific topic. And what I also do daily at the moment is self-concept and self-love. So I will just at least 5 minutes at a time affirm for my self-love, affirm for my self-concept, and then affirm for whatever other area in my life that I want to work on. But like, you don't need to practice exactly like I do. Like for example, when I was really focusing on manifesting more money this year, I did that like 3 to 5 times per day, additionally to the coursework and the meditations that I was doing. So I was really like honing in on my money mindset, and it helped me create a big change in a very short time, like a breakthrough for me. And now I just keep on adding in money affirmations every now and then. But for example, now in September, I realized that because I was moving countries and because I was like relocating, my ventilator is killing me sometimes. Because I was relocating, I didn't have so much resilience and mindfulness and just space for me to work on myself. And then I naturally started expecting from my old conditioning again, and I noticed it, and I was like, I'm not gonna wait until this reflects in my reality. I'm just gonna go and practice again for money mindset. And that's what I started doing again now. So I'm again, it again gets pushed out more evidently in my reality, because I already started problem solved. I already starting to get a little bit of negative birds before land, because I still gotta persist in my money mindset. So I did that, and normally when you really, really persist in something and you stay mindful of like, oh, okay, it's not yet fully integrated in my subconscious mind, then you can be very, very stable. Versus if you always let it go back into the old self-concept and you try again, it's like a bit more difficult to come back to the successful level, or to the level where you are getting manifestations easily, right? Does it make sense? Yeah, so what I do daily is I say daily affirmations. Sometimes I also meditate. I usually do some coursework, like journaling, or I do some freestyle scripting, and I really go with the flow. Like some days I may be a little more tired and I do a little less. Sometimes I have more time, then I do a little more. On some days I'm focusing more on work, and my work in and of itself for me is a claim of financial abundance. So when I work more, I affirm a little less, and when I affirm a little more, I work a little less, because it's like, for me, it's like a balance between the two of them. And similarly with social manifesting, like manifesting friends or SP or relationships or dating or whatever you're manifesting, sometimes I go out a little more and then I affirm a little less. Sometimes I go out a little less and I affirm a little more, because when I'm out talking to people, it's like a natural affirmation of like, yeah, I'm socializing, yeah, I have friends, yeah, I'm loved, yeah, I don't know, beautiful. So yeah, I make sure to keep a balance between the two of them. I'm not very rigid in my practice because it just simply doesn't work. But when I affirm, I try to be as present as possible, because it really, really works much, much better than just mindlessly affirming. But the quantity also counts. So if you really want to make a change with manifesting, make sure to hone in on the topic you want to change, and make sure to really, really change your self-concept and to start to feel differently about yourself. So you want to find the right balance between quantity and quality for you. Wow, I already talked again for almost 37 minutes. This is freaking crazy. This is crazy. And I made a video every single day since Sunday, which I just felt so inspired to come on here daily. I'm currently also manifesting. I mean, I'm not actually affirming so much for it, but I kind of have this inner intention and knowing that obviously I'm going to manifest 1,000 subscribers soon. And it's so exciting because I really feel like so grateful already for achieving it, which is like absolutely natural manifesting. And I can't wait to have 1,000 subscribers. This is going to be so amazing. I want this YouTube channel to grow and flourish. So do you have more questions? If so, then make sure to put them in the comments right now, because otherwise I'm gonna go offline. And if you are looking for personalized one-on-one support and you want to benefit from a 10% discount, then make sure to head to my website, pick one meditation or meditation course, except for the inner child meditation, and pick one coaching service, and then purchase them with the code MacBundle10. I'm gonna put it in the description box below as well. If you do that, you'll get 10% off your entire order. And yeah, I don't see any more questions, so thank you so much for being here. Again, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you get notified whenever I go live or post a video. If you have any more questions, you can put them in the comments below. Even if this is the replay, I will answer your questions as soon as I see it. And yeah, please leave a comment so I can grow, like this YouTube channel can grow more quickly, support more people, and make me very, very happy as well. Now, thanks so much for being here. I hope and know and intend that this is helpful for you. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye bye.